if you don't know, I actually played Flipwitch a couple weeks ago, in which I did a challenge where I actually beat the game without even upgrading. And a lot of y'all people enjoyed it and really liked the video, man, and I really appreciate it. Which spawned a lot of, but one idea stuck out to me. How fast can I speedrun Flipwitch? And then so, after a couple of days of doing it and learning a lot of tips and tricks on my own time, I ended up coming up, maybe not with the world record time, but a time that seems like it's kind of crazy to think about it, man. If you're wondering why my time was 2 hours and 37 minutes, it's because I legitimately actually speedrunning the game way before this, and that was my personal best. So I decided to tell myself maybe we can go up in there and get a better one, man. 2 hours and 35 minutes. That is great timing. While also doing the speedrun, you might also hear some of my friends talking as I was doing the speedrun while my friends were in the background playing games and shit like that. So you might hear a bit of clips from them, and maybe even me throwing in some funny moments while I was speedrunning. Yeah.
I want to be exactly like you, Gabriel, when I grow up.
What?
I don't like how the way you said that.
I want to be just like you when I grow up.
I don't like the way you said that, bro. You want to be like me for real?
Don't be like
God,
I don't want to be like that.
After making it through the whole Goblin Cave, I actually ended up getting to the final, I guess the first boss of the game without actually having any troubles. I had to do a lot of killing enemies just so I can get coins for the final part, but that was it. If you happen to watch the actual first video that I made about this, there is multiple times where I go over the phases, what to expect and everything, which I'm not going to explain in this video, but if you do want to, go look at the first video and everything. But in all summary, this boss is pretty easy and not that hard at all. We ended up beating it like, what, 2 minutes or a minute? And that was really good. After beating the first boss, we ended up getting the berry bubble, in which we can now head back to Beatrix, who will now give us the Flipwitch bubble, and now we can head on to the ghost mansion or castle in this game. After making our way to the Goblin Caves, I first also forgot to fucking mention, have to beat the Goblin Queen, and in which so I had to go get the items, and actually ended up coming across the first chaos battle in this game, in which are pretty easy if you figure out what works and what don't, and I actually end up beating it pretty quick, and which can lead me to get the Goblin Crystal, our HP upgrade, and the Goblin Key door. After getting to the Goblin Queen, we ended up facing her, obviously. Quick tip, if you want to beat her quick, way more faster, hit the nose. Easy, you see this while I'm up on her face, and all you have to do is just hit her, back away what you about to do her attack, and you can keep going in there, man.
Are you stupid?
Yep, here we go. After beating the Goblin Queen, you end up getting the Chaos Key piece, the first one, and I actually end up getting some upgrades which are very useful, and I would recommend you actually getting these upgrades if you wanted to do this challenge. Also, I ended up getting the key for the ghost castle, way easier. I can just get up in there and just unlock the door, have no issues, all of that, man. Making our way through the ghost castle, I actually found out that it's way easier just to get the things without fighting anybody too much. Even though I do fight some of the minions, I just need the coins for really the later on the final boss of the game, so that's why I need coins. Other than that, we just end up just getting the keys that we need, and so that we can just get straight just into things. Also, I did another chaos battle, which didn't take too long at all. It took a couple minutes when you kind of figure out how to do it. And after that, I just went to just go get my ghost form, which in pretty good time. I also did the little puzzle or I guess platforming thing to get the heart, so that we can be ready for the final boss in the game, because these hearts are very useful, man. And if you're doing a run like this, you will need them, so make sure you get those. After doing all that, we end up making our way to the ghost boss, and I would say probably one of the easiest bosses I faced in this game, in this run actually. Had no issues really much. If you're really quick, you can just take out the hands without them even doing an attack, and really it's really quick, and I think I got to one of the fastest bosses ever done. Other than that, you beat this boss pretty easy. We can get on to the next one, man. Making our way down to Goku, which to me, I thought this was going to be the hardest area for me to get past, but in reality, I just end up just cakewalking it, just breezing through it, now having no issues. We end up getting the ancient beast room key or door key, and end up just getting to the actual boss without much of a struggle. And the boss itself wasn't even hard itself, and you can really cheese it without even getting hit. This first sub boss is actually probably one of the easiest sub bosses or bosses in the game, because you can beat him just from shooting him from a distance and then hitting him when he gets close. After beating that boss, we just end up just getting the key that we need, in which we can now get the items that is very good for these runs, which are the demon wings. And the reason why these are really good for the runs is because you get a really good quick boost in distance when using them in the air. So it's really good. Making our way down to Club Demon, which I also thought was gonna be pretty difficult because this place has so many enemies. But when I played it and I was in, I guess, this little mode, I ended up just breezing through it, getting the keys and our HP upgrade that we need from this area. And honestly, if you really want to do this, make sure you just kind of know where everything's at. It kind of gets confusing to go from this area to this area to back to this area, so make sure you remember that, man.
Kissind. First comes love, then comes marriage, then a divorce and a baby carriage.
Oh wait, that was the actual song? I do not remember that being part of the song. I do not remember that being part. I don't remember that being part of the song.
Some things are not as they seem.
After doing everything, we end up just getting our last key. Well, not the last key. Was the key that we need to get down to the Club Demon boss, and we also encountered another chaos battle. But this was also pretty quick, pretty not bad once you find a way to cheese it. I used the bomb to cheese it, and after finishing off that battle, we end up just getting the Club Boss Demon key, and we can just head right back on. Well, way before that, I also ended up just getting an HP bonus, like I said. This one didn't take me that long, it took me like a minute or two. But other than that, than being a time waster, pretty a detrimental thing that we're gonna need for these bosses. Coming to the Club Demon boss herself, I had so many deaths, well, only 2 deaths, but that was such a time waster to me. But after that, I ended up just teeing up, locking in, and just beating the boss. Still struggling, but beating the boss nonetheless, which I was mad at because I wasted so much time. But if I was able to speed things up and get to other parts quicker, it wouldn't bother me too much, man. Quick thing, you should also, and make sure you also really reliable, use the teleporter, the crystal teleporters, to get to certain places way more quicker than just moving, because that's how I end up getting to the Fungal Forest, and also how I end up getting to our new area. And this place is Heaven, or Tengoku as is what it's called in the game. And like I said, use them crystal teleporters, man. They're really helpful coming down to the end of the game. Making our way to Tengoku, I also thought this place would be pretty difficult, just due to the enemies, which are like just the harpies and the angels that shoot things, because if you get hit, you can't do nothing. It's very hard to recover, but if you can do it pretty quick and know when you're about to shoot out their feathers or the stars, you get through this pretty easy. And Tengoku is probably one of the, if not one of, probably is the easiest area in the game when trying to speedrun, because you can just breeze through everything without having much of an issue. I ended up having some kind of issues like getting through some areas, but we ended up just getting past it and getting to our 3rd chaos battle, in which I also just cheesed it by using the bombs. The bombs are very good because they do so much damage, but also does not take a lot of your mana, and we just blaze through that. Have not any issues. I do take a bit of damage, but not too much. After that, we ended up just heading over to get our other passive item, which are the angel feathers, which allow us to triple jump and get to our new areas in the game. Now, Angelica has to be one of the, and I'm going to say it, not even one of, the easiest boss in this game. She is just super easy. In my past runs, I have died to her, but it was only just due to just me fucking up, like being too quick and getting hit for something, or not being in the right spot where the radiant beams are good at. But this boss is pretty easy once you just really figure it out. It's mostly just her normal side and not her dominatrix side, because the dominatrix side is way more easier and way more better than just facing her or normal side, because them radius beams, if you're not careful, will hit you, and if you're not fast enough with the tornadoes, you will get hit as well. But other than that, this boss was a cakewalk, and I ended up just beating it on I think my first try. Didn't even die here. Took damage nonetheless, but to not know that you can just beat this without dying, yeah, easiest boss in the game so far to me. Well, main boss and not just a sub boss. Other than that, we end up getting our chaos piece, and ended up going to our next, basically our third last place in this game. So let's get right to that, man. Making our way back to the fungal forest, I end up having the worst start to this area, man, and that comes down to this chaos battle, which I think is the hardest chaos battle to me, because it's such a small area and so many things could kill you, like this, and you know, this right here, the dude shooting me, and it caused me so many problems. But I ended up just beating it, getting past it. Made me waste a lot of my time, but you know, getting past it is one thing, man. After this, we end up going to get our HP bonus, which allows us to have more health, obviously. And then after this, we get our key to the fungal door, which allows us to get our slime form for later on. What the hell you doing? Okay, man, you know what?
Say, if you can't beat me at Smash, bro, we can't talk.
Man!
No, if you can't
get past my edge
beat
guards?
my ass in COD, you can't like swift sneak my ass with ninja ability and crit. Yeah, no, you're not having my daughter.
Listen here, sir. Listen here, son. If you can't play Flipwitch and beat it in 2 hours with only your one hand, then you won't.
Listen, if you can't
beat me in, yeah, I was about to say, you can't beat me at Fortnite, bro. We ain't talking.
You can't have my daughter. After that, we end up getting our slime sigil key and start heading down to slime sigil, and in which I end up just breezing through this, as we gonna get into here, but also have some struggles. After making it down to the slime sigil, I ended up just going to go get my HP bonus as usual, which we end up getting it without dying, and then we end up getting our slime boss key, which now we can just head down to go fight our slime sub boss, which is probably one of the medium-ish slime bosses in the game, or not that hard. In fighting this slime boss, I actually ended up just dying, because if you do mess up, you could die. But the second time, I ended up just kind of beating it, but by kind of, I mean just straight luck. But you know, thankfully I played it really well without getting hit, without just making sure to kill the minions and everything, dodging on purple time, and that's it. We end up getting our slime boss key, and now I can go face the slime boss. Here, man, love to fucking hear it. Making our way to the slime boss, I end up thinking that this was not going to be that hard, and to reality, it wasn't that hard. I came up with like a little technique, which you can see right here, where I'm just jumping and hitting. This is really good, because when you do a combo string, you end up sliding on the platforms, and you could end up accidentally hitting the pipes, which could kill you and could, you know, make you lose a lot of time on your runs. It's also pretty good, give you a lot of consistent damage, and not too hard. I actually ended up one-taking this boss, so I was actually pretty surprised when I did that. So I first hit the slime boss? I did not know how to do that. After defeating the slime boss, I ended up getting the chaos key piece and my health upgrade, and now time to head down to the sewers, where we can face some fuck ass 6'9" rats and go face the sub boss to get the mermaid skill that we need to get to the second last stage. After making our way to the sub boss to get the mermaid skill, this boss is pretty easy, as I just came up with a technique of using the bomb to get rid of the rats at the beginning, and then also just zoning him from afar, so then that you can just shoot him and do enough good damage. Also, cool little neat trick, you can shoot the green balls that come after you rather than dodging, because they will do damage if you roll. After doing that, I get my upgrade and my mermaid skill, and it's time to head on to get our next chaos key. Also in here, you could also find an HP upgrade, which I found on myself while doing the run, and you can get some coins too. So make sure you get that, because it could actually help in your run. Making our way down to Yumi, this place is actually a big surprise, because you could die really easy if you don't, you know, be careful. I ended up doing the chaos battle, pretty easy. You can just literally just kill a lot of them just by just shooting at them, and that gets rid of them pretty simply, or just quick or easy, simple, whatever. I end up also heading down to go get the HP bonus in here, so that I can be ready for the final boss. I end up facing the sub boss of this level, which I just literally beat in one take, because this boss isn't too hard, and I would have went flawless if I didn't mess up on my roll. After that, I just went to get my frog boss key, and that was it. Making our way down to the frog boss herself, this boss was pretty simple for the most part. It's just mostly that her first attack was the one where it tracks you, and it's pretty hard to dodge, and you take a lot of damage there if you kind of just don't get out the way fast enough. And left me at 1 HP, but somehow, some way, we still came up on top. Give me that. First take, bitch. That shit kills me. Oh, thank goodness. After beating the frog boss, we ended up getting our chaos key and our upgrade, and now we can just save and head to the final boss in the game. Making our way to the final boss, I had some thoughts that this is the run where I could lose, because this place is really terrifying, because you could die from anything. And honestly, I had to just tee up, lock in, and do anything I can. I end up just going to go get the health upgrade here and hit some chests, which would allow me to get my sights way more easier than just killing the enemies here. And we can just go to our first sub-boss, or the last sub-boss, Pandora. The Pandora fight is probably also the easiest sub-bosses, since you can just literally just stay on the wall and nothing will hit you except, you know, the triangle on this attack that you have to dodge, unlike I did. But other than that, if you just stay behind that wall, you won't get hit, because for some odd reason the beams or nothing won't hit you. I get my upgrade and my key, and it's time to go face the Chaos Witch. Also, I end up farming some coins, which allowed me to get my Haunted Sight. And if you don't know about the Haunted Sight is very OP, as it can one-shot any basic enemy in the game, which will definitely be needed for the final boss. And I actually end up doing my last Chaos battle, in which I didn't use the Sight. I just ended up just using the bombs, because they're just way easier to take out the bigger people, and they can end up one-shotting the normal ones, and it's just way easier to use. Just end up just killing them. And it's now time to go face the final boss in the game. Facing off the Chaos Witch, I already knew it was going to be a difficult boss, and in this case I died so many times, and which costed me a lot of time in my run. But I ended up going on a really good run, and I want y'all to watch it yourselves. Also, please do not mind us talking in the background. We were doing and watching certain things, so talking about certain things.
Another one was a girl who was wearing knight armor, and I saw the comments on Twitter. Clang, 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 making air, making air, making air.
Lord have mercy, bro.
Holy
Those things are
shit.
just hanging.
Some things jumping.
I promise you, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I would be going feral if that was me in that
This nigga
situation.
said
I'm gonna be
feral.
so fucking real with you, man.
Making air.
I promise you, bro. If that was me, from dusk till dawn. That's all I gotta say. From dusk till dawn.
Nigga, you gonna be having quadruplets
Bro,
on your first go.
you're not gonna remember what the fucking kids' names are, bro.
Wait, what?
You're not gonna remember what the fuck happened.
I don't care, bro. All I know is that we were having a good time.
Okay, hitless on the first phase.
Oh,
What the
hey,
fuck is her
no,
costume? What is that costume?
I fucking hate you.
Okay, clearly you have never seen Stellar Blade.
What the fuck? Damn, they got a whole flashback?
I'll be right back.
That just happened like 5 minutes ago.
That post I played didn't hit you fucking head, bro?
Look,
I don't know why it would, bro. I just got
clearly
the
Ja'Cory.
fucking oath.
Clearly, Ja'Cory, you don't understand that Gen Alpha has a very short attention span, so they need a fucking reminder of what just happened.
Oh yeah, totally, I forgot. My bad.
Thank God I'm not Gen Alpha, bro.
Yeah, 'cause
Thank
I can
God.
actually watch like an hour video without fucking having to skip.
I mean, we could go again if you wanted to.
Round 2?
Round
Not
two.
round 2. Round 3, bro. Oh, goodness. I think.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we
Oh,
just
dear
we
God.
just gonna skip that.
You can see her pop her stomach. Holy shit.
We just gonna skip that part. Anyway, get some good shit.
Holy shit.
Goodness gracious.
This
How
a
long did it
third
take for
bitch
him to
now?
get hard again? I'm curious.
It takes you like what, 10 seconds?
No.
No,
I got
I'm- no,
a
think about it,
question.
think about it,
I have a
think about it.
legitimate question.
Okay, go
It's
first.
not
Aaron.
just that he can get hard. It's not even just getting hard. How did he reload? If you get my point. How does he still have enough?
Like, bro
man
bottomed
juice?
out like 3 times before this
It's
at
hentai.
night.
Dude,
And
how
then he's
quick
just
are
going
his
to get-
making shit and how big are they?
He got some big ass nuts on him, folks.
Holy
Let that
shit.
be me, bro. I just needed it to be me. That's
A
all.
good ending.
Yeah, apparently got to air dry that shit.
You gotta air dry that shit.
Making air.
Okay. Here now.
How it tastes though?
Don't put me in that elf world unless you want children.
Dude, we're gonna have so many kids.
I promise
I'm
you,
scared.
bro, I ain't pulling out.
No. You, okay. Here's how no,
Guys,
Bro, as many as you want.
guys.
What?
I just
nigga, the world can barely handle one of me.
I just speedrun the game.
How long?
How long?
An hour 46.
No
Let's
fucking
fucking
way.
go.
Did you record it?
Post that
Yup.
shit. Tell me they didn't like include that shit.
I can't do that now. I can't do that now.
I didn't.
No.
Thank God.
But I have y'all audio, so we all know what we were talking about. But don't worry.
Oh dear God.
You have
cut
the
it. I cut
audio
it.
of us?
I had to record the desktop audio.
Oh my god.
Nah, bro, you
with
just gotta
this
leave that
fucking
going. Because if they
cord?
see cuts, they're just gonna think, oh yeah, he's no, he's cutting, or he's doing, cheating or some shit.
Nigga, you gonna see the timer. An hour 46. Last time I had 2 hours 45. Oh. I think if I did some surge strats, like, didn't fuck up on certain shit, but no. Good fucking run. W-ass run, man.
Good shit, man.
Jesus.
I'm
Sorry,
him.
but like, got my attention. But yeah, good job, bro.
Hour 46. Honestly, I don't know if that's the world record. I think looking at the world record, somebody said it's like an hour 24. But this is my first run. Well, I don't say my first run, but certified. This took a while. And I think a lot of people can actually really get a shorter time than that. But other than that, man, thank y'all so much for watching. It was pretty fun, man. Really, really fun.